too much, too much, too much, too much. There's no need for us to rush this through. Don't think about it too much, too much, too much, too much. This is more than just a new lust for you.
And I think these fake Noonie Boos, they need to stand up and answer up.
Like, we got him really backed up against the wall. He really ain't got nowhere else to go. But that whole
some of us ain't looking for the truths.
Deal with the scholarship. You say you're gonna debunk my book. I'm a Nigerian fraudster, yeah? So come and deal with this book.
You done dealt with them. If you're dealing with any type of intellect, spirituality, or enlightenment and trying to stay like that, there's probably 3 or 4 niggas that's making it difficult for you.
Stop trying to contact old women. Come and deal with this book. That's why I'm here. Hey, Tahaki, he can't get with the book, man.
They already got slapped with this book. You feel me? They already got slapped with this book. And like I said, it's a real book.
That's it. Simple. I've got nothing to say. What I've got to say is in the book. Yeah, salute to the book, man. This is a good written book, man. You know what I mean?
I'm standing behind what this brother is saying because I know this brother and his crew's purpose is this dismantle the haters of Dr. Malachi in New York. So
that's all. I said, if I'm a fraud, I'm a trash researcher. Come, let's deal with the book, page for page.
So here you go.
That's what I'm trying to hear.
Motherfuckers, Chuck Morgan, Tarnoon, anybody else?
What?
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes, sir. So,
man, how did you find this?
Here goes one of the answers right here. It's a debate book against them fake Noonie Boos.
This is a proper written book, bro.
True peace, everybody. It's Kweepu, and I'm back with another video. So this video, we're just gonna go through the video that Consul Adafa had made, and they labeled it as a rebuttal, but this is more like an admittance of guilt. And this video also expresses a bit of scapegoatism on why there was tons of incorrect information within this book. So we're gonna go through the video. I'm not gonna talk you to death this time, but we're gonna go through this video, and we're gonna see that we've continuously been saying that the truth doesn't lie. So that's been the main focus, that the truth will win in the end. And this is just showing and proving that us Noonie Boos, we didn't lie about anything. The facts were there. We provided the facts. We provided the truth, along with other non-Noonie Boos as well. We can't take all the credit, but when it came to this book in particular, the reason, because a lot of people kept saying, oh, we don't want to see this information. I mean, we don't want to see, that this debate thing you guys got going on. We want to see some doctrine. Just for clarity, a doctrine is a belief system that includes religion or some type of organization. The science we study does not include that at all. We are not a organization. We are not a group. We don't have no secret handshake and languages and all of this other stuff that these cults have. We also don't have a leader, or we just read, study, produce facts, and we defend self and kind. And that's what, these individuals kind of don't understand at this point. And it is our job as Noonie Boos to produce facts and, to not allow deception to continue. And not only that, we are also exposing information for future generations of people. What if there's somebody that's a young child in a situation where, they may be looking for information and don't know the way, and they come across the Nuwaubian cult, for example, because there's many cults. But for example, this is a black cult. And a lot of black people are looking for something to look up to, and without this information about York and the cult itself, and you know, they can get wrapped up into the delusion that this cult and the individuals involved are actually positive, when in reality it's the opposite. You know, so that's the reason why we are doing this, and because it's the right thing to do. The truth is the right thing to produce. Okay, so we're gonna get into this, so let's take a look.
Afro Uno in the third person. He refers to Afro Uno as he. So he's definitely not talking about himself, but they say he's talking about himself. But we'll come back to that. There's so much to cover. I don't think we'll even cover everything tonight.
Right. And I'm going to show some clips from the book, and I'm also going to show some clips from the upgraded version.
That's right. The book's constantly being updated. We don't know everything.
The problem here is you guys can't say that the book is constantly being updated and that you guys don't know everything, but when you first dropped the book, the first thing you guys were saying was that it was facts and it couldn't be touched. I can rewind the tape back if you like. Just remember the things that you guys have said. Remember that.
Obviously, so we are foreigners looking from the outside in, so the book's constantly, and you know what,
and that's a problem. If you are a foreigner looking from the outside in, and you manage to get all of these incorrect things in the book, that says a lot about you as a researcher, like we've been saying. You can't just take the word from people and take that as fact.
Say what I got to say. Also, I got to say a big massive thank you to Chuck Morgan. I got to say a big massive thank you to Kuku, I think her name is. And I got to say a massive thank you to Tarnoon for providing insight. Say what I got to say. Also, I got to say a big massive thank you to Chuck Morgan. I got to say a big massive thank you to Kuku, I think her name is. And I got to say a massive thank you to Tarnoon for providing insight. They've provided more insight,
right?
And the book has been updated, so we have to give them credit for information which they've brought tonight.
Absolutely.
Truth is truth.
Right, truth is true. Yeah, and that's
my enemy says something is true, then I have to acknowledge it.
Right. And see, by these people not being journalists, meaning they never have published any books and stuff like that,
go to Find9News.com. All the books that we have been published. Tarnoon has also been a writer, and all of you guys know that.
This is more than just a new lust for you.
Dafa, in the last video, on the last live that he did with Consul and Charles and all of them, he thought that Tarnoon only wrote one book. So this is the thing, Dafa doesn't even have proper information on the people that he's putting in his book who are against Dr. York too. So that's the issue there. You guys are making statements that aren't even true.
They don't really understand the aspects and the intricacies of journalism.
Journalism. Noun. The activity or profession of being a journalist. Journalism. Noun. The aggregating, writing, editing, and presenting of news or news articles for widespread distribution, typically in electronic publications and broadcast news media, for the purpose of informing the audience. Journalism. Noun. The style of writing characteristic of material in periodical print publications and broadcast news media, consisting of direct presentation of facts consisting of direct presentation of facts or events with an attempt to minimize analysis or interpretation.
The thing here is basically saying this is non-fiction. Then you update it, all the fiction things in the book, and then turn them non-fiction. That doesn't make any sense.
So it's not correction. Tarnoon has written books, but they were so bad he had to remove them from Amazon.
Firstly, Taharka was never there for Tarnoon's journey in reference to the books, and why they aren't on Amazon. I'll let Tarnoon speak for himself, because you guys make up assumptions and swear you guys have the answers. You have never even read not one of Tarnoon's books, so how can you sit there and say they were so bad that Amazon took it down? This book is so bad and Amazon still got it up. So does that even make sense? The people in the that work for Amazon are not opening the books that you guys are putting on Amazon and reading through the pages. It's posted there and that's it. So that's not how that works, and you're just making assumptions at this point. But I'll let him speak his piece on that, because that's what real people who want facts do. I'm not going to speak on behalf of something that I was not there for at all.
Like, such as he never says anything wrong. He's always 100% right and exact. However, he wrote a book called the Bloodline of Afro Uno.
Firstly, you only know about that book because of Charles and Jay Reese, who are both followers of Tarnoon. And secondly, multiple videos he already clarified that he thought Afro Uno and Dr. York was the same person. So that's it. There's no point of continuously saying that. Adafa, Charles, and even Jay Reese, y'all all even said y'all thought that Dr. York and Afro Uno was the same, because Dr. York never told anybody otherwise. You physically weren't there for a lot of the conversations that people have had with him dealing with this situation. You didn't write the letters and get the responses back from York. He didn't start admitting that he wasn't Afro Uno until after he was arrested.
After the master teacher got locked up, it was one of those that was susceptible to the confusion that Dr. York and Afro Uno were the one and the same. And after the master teacher got locked up, we were still starving for that information. And before he got locked up, we was under, I think, the set the record straight type of doctrine, where we were studying nationality more. And at that young age, we wanted that telepathy, we wanted the Barrett gland, we wanted all that kind of information. So when the Nature books made themselves public or reached out to Cleveland, I'm reading that, and just like the mistake was made, I made the mistake too. When I was reading, I was just saying, this gotta be Doc, this gotta be Doc, this gotta be the master teacher.
So to keep saying that and to keep bringing it up just means your journalism is not based in reality. Your journalism is based on just wanting to repeat the same thing to make somebody look bad. It makes no sense. Alright, so here they're gonna start going into the updated pages of the book where they fixed the incorrect information and slander, which they don't think is slander, but it is slander because it puts people in a negative light.
Okay. All right. And notice, and now notice the first thing. Here's the first thing I noticed, brother, was that he titled it "Ask the Nuwapians, Why Do You Disrespect the Elderly and Deceased?" But the publication is not was not put out by Nuwapians. So,
firstly, you call yourself the real Nuwapian. We can look right there on the screen. He calls himself the real Nuwapian. Number one. Number two, Dr. York is a Nuwapian, or Sabian as they want to call themselves today. And the thing the thing that you guys don't understand is that when you're asking a cult group something. First of all, a lot of the cult members have read this book and has not corrected you guys on the misinformation in here. I've seen a few, like one or two in an old video that I did where they were saying that you guys put some incorrect information. I think it had something to do with Sheikh Dawood and a couple of other things about Dr. York's life. Instead of correcting it, you guys started cursing these people out and talking about debate. And Adafa, you don't even see that this man is using you to make black people, you know, clash or argue and debate about something when this is not even his place, number one. Number two, he's just advertising for the book. You think he really cares about the incorrections in the book? He doesn't. Y'all sat there and said all of this slanderous stuff about me, Nebu, Tarnoon, Chuck, and a whole bunch of other people. We're telling y'all that this information is incorrect, but y'all don't want to change the stuff that y'all feel slanders and insults people based on misinformation. What you do want to fix in the book is anything that relates to York or York supporters, or anything that can be, you know, that can get you guys in trouble legally. That's the only reason why you guys are fixing this. So let's keep watching.
Why is he even titling that? You see, why is he not saying, hey, this is rebuttal to Adafa or rebuttal to the book? Or
you also got to understand that you guys are still, you know, talking in you know, terms that York would use. Not everybody's going to be like the rebuttal to this or the rebuttal to that. And this isn't a rebuttal. This is the admittance of guilt. You guys are admitting that you have done wrong and admitting that we gave you the right way. That's the whole point. And also, Chuck does address you in here, so I don't understand why he's even saying that. But let's keep watching.
Or rebuttal to Kansu. You see, that's the technology that he plays and that they try to play.
Same old story.
Mm-hmm.
Same old story, deception.
Right.
The book stuff to do with the Wahabians never claimed to be responsible for it.
That's a lie, because you made it clear that you went to Nuwaubians to get the information for the book. So if they verbally said something or sent you some documents, y'all did help put this book together. The thing that you didn't do was do the proper research once you got the information. That's the difference. So he is correct by saying ask the Nuwaubians.
So why is he involved in the Nuwaubians? I'm not a Nuwaubian.
Right.
And if you're not a Nuwaubian, why are you praising Dr. York? You're no different than a Nuwaubian. That's the point. You're writing a book about somebody who abused children and lied to his people, put them in harsh conditions, stole from his people, all of this stuff. Made sure he was at the top while his people was at the bottom. So you're no different.
Exactly. And see, that's on the games that he's trying to play. Because he won't. That also proves why is he scared to mention us? Why is he scared to confront us? Why is he scared to?
He mentions y'all. Y'all just didn't click the video. But go ahead.
Let's get into it. Let's play it. Let's play it real quick. And it says, "Why do you disrespect the elderly and the deceased with lies?" Like, see how overboard he get, like a female.
That's the thing that y'all, this is why your apologies and the things that y'all try to do in reference to the incorrections in this book mean absolutely nothing, because what you guys do is say that y'all was wrong, then insult us after that when you need us for this book. You need us for this book. Remember that.
How over exaggerated that is.
Both of them are the same. I don't know if their knickers were unclear, if they had their knickers on in the right way, but they just go overboard talking about, oh, you're disrespecting the elders. And
it is disrespectful. If you put something in a book about somebody who had died, and let's also remember this, y'all have been disrespecting Afro Unu before this book has even come out. Y'all was saying that Afro Uno ain't real, he's fake, we sitting here looking up to the invisible. Y'all was saying all of this other stuff until it was produced that Afro Uno was a human being. Now you guys want to twist up his identity, say he's this person, that person, all of this insanity. But y'all need to stick to what y'all was originally saying, that he was not a original human being. Y'all was even saying the writers of the BIAE and non-ball was 3 spirit beings or 3 aliens or extraterrestrials. So you guys are the ones that are misinformed. Y'all been disrespecting Afro Uno for ages, years. And so was Dr. York, by stealing this man's works and never clarifying that he wasn't Afro Uno, making people mentally assume that he was somebody that he wasn't. So you can't keep saying, oh, you know, Tarnoon put out incorrect information saying that Afro Uno was Dr. York, when all of y'all thought it, all Nuwaubians, Charles too, all of these people thought the same thing. York created that. Tarnoon didn't create that whole idea. Dr. York did that. He's the blame.
Nobody's disrespecting anybody. The information.
That's a lie. Y'all literally put in the book that Tarnoon was a bisexual dude from the Bronx, street hustler, and y'all keep saying that we are making money. I'm gonna put if I can find them, because I don't really feel like going through that book, but I'm gonna put the section of the book where they saying all of this stuff that needs to be corrected. Saying he's a street hustler. Then y'all was saying that we are doing all of this stuff for money. We gave y'all free information. We gave y'all free facts. Chuck's site is free. You don't have to pay to get in. The same way you want people to pay to get this garbage book. But that's what real researchers do. They'll invest their money in the garbage to get the facts. We've been to the Nuwaubian, I've personally been to the Nuwaubian bookstore and had to purchase books in the Nuwaubian bookstore just to debunk them. So we're still supporting y'all while y'all sit here and call us liars and all of this stuff and say that we're financially gaining. Y'all have been financially gaining off of us. We're purchasing the trash books. We're purchasing the plagiarized information just to show the world the truth. We're not getting paid on YouTube. We never were getting paid on YouTube. That's you guys' goal, is the money and the attention. Kansu don't even have nothing to do with this. He wasn't even there. But he's advertising for a book. And he wasn't even there. That's the point. You guys don't see that there's anything wrong with that. So let's just get to it.
And we put in there, it wasn't designed to disrespect any elders. You know, they just, I don't even know what to say.
But here we go.
Right.
Notice we got another case of disrespecting the elderly and the deceased. Listen, I got this picture from York's daughter. Right? In that crazy book, they got York's grandmother, Phyllis R. Houston. And then you got Mae Miller. Okay? Mae Miller. They're saying, right here, that she went on to Amazon and said this book wrong and printed without research. The book has so many errors, and they printed this book without research. And she explained, and I got this picture right there. She gave it to me. Then post this. Put this in your article.
Yeah, I figured that was Leah when I went over there to look.
Yeah.
I was getting a screenshot, so okay.
So this is a perfect example of not doing research or proper journalism, as you guys want to call it. You take an image, claim it as fact with no evidence, slap it in a book, and say the book is full of facts. That's deception.
They don't care. They're not about giving factual information. This is a gaslighting attempt. This is to rewrite the reality of what took place. And then we ain't even got into the nonsense regarding the case, the doctrine, all of that stuff. Everything you got to do is wrong. And I'm just doing bits and pieces of it because if I have a little time, I'll put an article together. But here's again, they got this woman right here. This is she ain't even related to York.
Just for clarity purposes, Phyllis Foose is Leah York's grandmother on her mother's side of the family. So she has no blood relationship to York. But in the book, they said this was York's grandmother. Deception. Disrespect to the elderly and the deceased. The fact that the thing is, it's not about whether it's intentional disrespect or not. The fact is, you guys took an image and didn't have enough respect for them to go back and look into what, if it was true or not. If you are putting people in a book that are not alive, at least have enough respect to tell the truth about them. That's the point. So this wasn't some tiny error.
They got her as York's grandmother.
Here's a quick update. As a result of the article that I put on Nuwaubianism.com regarding the nonsense that's found about the Ronettes, one of the promoters of the gaslighting from the East book, Khonsu, better known as Jake Khonsu Paul.
See, Chuck addressed you. So you can't say that's being feminine or he's being scared. He addressed you. Straight up. You guys, that's what I'm saying. You guys are just reaching. Y'all saying we're reaching with the titles or we're going overboard. You guys are reaching. And the fact that Khonsu is even coming out to apologize, you didn't type the book. Adolpha did. He should be the one coming out with an apology.
Issued an apology to Leah York because of the nonsense that we explained.
Let me also clarify that the only reason why they apologized to Leah York is because she's a product of Dr. York. That's it.
That they didn't take the time to do the research that they needed in order to have an effective presentation. Because I gave Leah the image that they were using, claiming that.
And that's the thing. You still being a hater because you dislike the video, but y'all still giving us credit for providing the facts. This video is providing the facts. So y'all really don't care about the truth. This shows that. It just shows that y'all are disgruntled and angry for nothing.
Someone on her side of the family was actually York's grandmother. So as a result, they issued this apology. So I showed Leah the apology, and this is what she wrote.
So here Chuck says, in less than 24 hours, they apologize to you for their stupidity. She says, wow, that's something. You are the man, but for future reference, they should research before running around and certain information without facts. So we're not the only ones saying this. That's the point. You guys are so angered with us. And this all started because Tarnoon had wrote the author of The Man of Many Faces, explaining and providing proof and evidence that you guys have the incorrect person in the book claiming to be Dr. York. You said Dr. York was Afro Unu. We already proved that he wasn't. Instead of taking that information and fixing The Man of Many Faces, you guys want to put out this piece of trash as some type of rebuttal or some type of, it's just nonsense. And it just seems like 90% of the book is about Tarnoon and Chuck Morgan. It makes no sense. You guys even said I'm an ex-Nuwaubian. That's incorrect information. These are things that you guys are not fixing. I never studied under York. Everybody knows that. I'm not an ex-Nuwaubian. I got Noon Science in 2012 through Tarnoon. You're even saying that Charles was the one that gave me the information. Charles, no, he didn't give me the information. Y'all believe everything y'all hear instead of going to the source. What you should have did was say, Kwipu, were you in the Wapian before? No, I was not. I got the information in 2012 by Tarnoon. Boom, that shuts that down. Who taught you Noon science? Was it Charles? No. I read and studied the books after they were given to me by Tarnoon. That's my answer. You guys do not go to the source. That's a problem. What you guys should have did before taking her picture, whoever took her picture of her page and gave it to y'all, what you should have did was ask, where did this photo come from? Did you get permission to use the photo? You didn't even get permission to use our photos. That's another thing. Then on top of that, is there proof that this is Dr. York's grandmother? That's how you do proper research.
And she ain't even related.
Where the hell they
could have,
just took
how they get that picture? They got that picture off of her Facebook page. They stay because they're trolls. They work inside.
Okay. All right.
I'm glad.
Hold on. We're trolls.
Yeah.
But y'all are. Look at Chuck Morgan is on my Facebook, your Facebook, all those pages, right?
Let me just throw this in here too. When you do proper research, you go where you need to go to get it. It's that simple. We don't say nothing against y'all when y'all go on our pages. When Adafa, you went into multiple names. You think we didn't know it was you. You went into multiple names to get into the Noon group. And there's Nawabians still being sent into our group, and we already know that they being sent in there for information. We're not slow. You know, we're not sitting here like, oh, you guys are trolls. No, you guys are trying to get information to give out more slander and twist up words and stuff like that. That's what you guys are doing right now. We already know how this goes. But we're not, you know, now if you, this is the thing, if we're going to do research and look at you guys' pages for facts, that's not trolling. What is trolling is when you go on people's pages to do nonsense like this. So y'all are trolls.
But he will not accept the live challenge that we put out there. But go ahead, brother. What you want to say so far?
No, well, a regular feature you find about them is they've got double standards. So everybody researches people's Facebook pages. And on the subject of Leah, I've never been on Leah's Facebook page. I'm not friends with her.
Exactly.
And the image wasn't obtained from Leah's Facebook page by us. It was sent.
That's the point. You just took it and you ran with it. Deception. And that screenshot also came from me. I put it in the group. I put it in our Noon Science versus Wunuwapu group. But it wasn't to reference Phyllis Fuchs. It was actually to reference the birth certificate. And how York is from Boston and all of these other things. That was my point. But I'm glad the screenshot did come in handy because it leaked into other areas that actually got facts out. Because I don't know these women in these pages, but it's a good thing that it did get in the hands of Leah, because this is honestly ridiculous.
Sent to us. That image was sent to us.
And you just took it as fact, no backup evidence, no nothing. Ridiculous. Terrible research, terrible journalism. Trash.
You see?